Right guys, I've got another BENROSS product for you. This is the driver now. So there's three drivers that are out. There's a low spin version, a medium spin version, and then a seniors version. This is the Hot Speed 10. So this is the kind of medium spin version. Weight in the middle, adjustable around the neck, so you can go open, closed, higher and lower and loft. I must admit, it looks the part. I've got this in a dealer, a Tour extra stiff shaft, so a shaft that actually suits my game. I've tried this one in probably Callaway clubs before I've tried this shaft in. I'm going to do a head-to-head against this and a Ping driver. So Ping is probably the best-selling driver out in the market this year. So I'm going to do a BENROSS against the Ping G30. Then I'm going to do the lower spin version against my lower spin G30, which I've had in the bag for probably coming on to 6 months now. So it'd be interesting to see what the lower spin BENROSS driver does against the Ping driver. I've got on GC2, we're going to hit some shots. And it looks the part. Now, what I like about BENROSS, and certainly if you're watching from an international, you might not have heard of BENROSS, the manufacturer, because they're really only based in UK and Europe at the moment, but they are looking to spread their wings a little bit further afield very soon. It's a slightly lower price point, so it's not as expensive as some of the top ranges. So it depends on the retailer, but this retails pounds, English pounds, about £200. So what's that, about just under $300, and Europe, well, it's near enough the same euro as pounds these days. So let's give this a hit. Now, I'm still a little bit confused about this. This is a 12-degree head. So what they have the loft in the head, and they can change it by changing the neck, by making it more open, more closed. But they're saying the true loft is 12, but it plays more like 10.5. So let's give that a go. It's medium launch, so the weight's in the middle. Looks behind the head, it's got an awesome big logo on top of the head for alignment, the big line, really easy to align. A couple of little strands along the back. Let's give it a smack, see what it does. So I'm going to test it up against the G30 as well, see how this performs. Okay, so we've not got off to a bad start at all there. That's pretty decent. Wow, okay. So 284 carry for 306 total, 2,300 spin, and only 11 yards offline. That was smoked. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. That felt nice. Yeah, that felt really nice. Lovely flight, big high draw for me, lovely. Almost done an identical shot. That is really nice. Good flight. It's up there again. It is up there again. And for, like I say, the lower end potentially of the spectrum, this is doing all the right things, and it looks the part. You know, they've put the time and the effort into really making this club look the part as well. I love the kind of slightly duller finish on the top, the grey finish with bit of jazzy, techie stuff at the bottom as well, with the visible weight in the middle, which always helps, and the adjustability. Two great shots to start. We'll go one more, and then we'll get the Ping out, see what that can do compared to it. I can't go much further wrong than that. They have three very nice golf shots. We'll have a look at some averages first before we get the Ping out, just so we can see what the BENROSS does alone. I said there's a hot speed one, which really shouldn't absolutely suit me perfectly. I reckon the lower spinner version will suit. Let's see what these three shots have done, and then we'll get the Ping out and see what it can do. So having a quick glance along the columns, 112 club head speed. So I've got, like I said, I've got the extra stiff shaft in this. It's 280 carry on average for 300 yard total distance. Right up there. You know, right up there. Spin for me on this one was 2,636 and launching at about 15 degrees. So I reckon there's a bit of room and improvement by just lowering that spin down, and that's why I'm excited to test the lower spinning version. But those numbers aren't far away from almost PGA Tour average. You know, the spin rate on PGA Tour average is about 2,500, so it's right up there on average. Let's get the Ping out and see what the normal standard Ping can do against the BENROSS. We're going to hit 3 shots against it. Right, I'm now going to test the G30 against the BENROSS. This is the standard G30, not the LS Tech one, the one that I use. This is the standard version, so a good head-to-head. I've got this in the stiff, extra stiff, sorry, tour shaft. So the one that I got fitted when I was at Ping. Should we give it a go? See what it does? I'm excited about this. It's interesting to see what these two will do head-to-head wise. I must admit, that was a nice hit. So if there's ever going to be one to compare it against, that is it right there. Very, very close numbers. We'll hit 3, so we've got a decent average to be able to compare against. Okay, so all 3 shots done with the Ping. Let's pull up the figures and see what the results look like. I think it's going to be quite interesting. Right guys, so results are in, and against the best selling club on the market currently, G30, versus the BENROSS, slightly cheaper price point. There wasn't a massive difference, but there is a difference, So if we look along the columns, the Ping has managed to pick up a mile per hour in club head speed, whether that's the turbulators or the ever so slightly longer shaft, a tiny bit longer shaft, could possibly be. The spin rate was a touch lower on the Ping, 2,521 versus 2,600 of the BENROSS. There was a 6-yard carry increase with the Ping, which you would, without question, put down to the club head speed and the slightly lower spin. And total distance 308 compared to 300 of the BENROSS. 8 yards difference. That's all, not a lot at all. It's definitely worth throwing this into the mix when you're trying clubs. Chucking the BENROSS into the mix to test up against some of the big names. That's me testing it, hitting a couple of shots, well, hit 3 shots with each, just to see what the numbers are like. I don't think there's enough of a gap to sometimes justify the difference in price potentially. But guys, go and test that yourself. I'm now going to be testing the lower spin version against the Ping LS Tech and do some iron head-to-heads as well. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. Do subscribe by clicking the big button down here. Check me out on social media. We shall see you very soon. Testing some more gear, doing some more course logs and giving some more tips. Thanks for watching, guys.